Hey everybody, my name is Tommy and I run the channel Counting on the Big Sleep, and I know a lot of you haven't really seen it or heard it. You know, I'm having a hard time getting at algorithms and stuff. I think some of the stuff is pretty good, but today I want to talk about something a little different, something a little personal. You know, 2025 has not been a great year. Not for me, anyway. You know, this is my little rant. It's late at night, I'm smoking a bowl, puffing on my vape. And I've just been thinking here. Thinking. 2025 started out for me. Lost my job after 6 years. Bit of a disagreement. New company came in. I happened to resign. My fault. I take total blame for it. I resigned. But sometimes they push you really too far. So, after I got lost from that job, I got a job right away with a temp company. I got a job at a car wash. Worked there for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Thought I did a great job. Knew what I was doing. Cars come in, put them on the conveyor belt, you press the button, boom, bam, they're going down. A truck, you know, you press a certain button for that, bam, boom, they go down the truck. Had this one guy, one manager. He was always telling me I was going to do a great job, everything really good. You know, one Thursday he came in, this corporate guy comes in. Now he's been there all week long, and for some reason, I can tell this guy doesn't like me for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe I didn't kiss his ass as much. You know, maybe I didn't call him sir or something. You know, but I don't know what his heart on was. So Thursday, this one manager says, hey, I got the job, I'm going to sign up for paperwork. You're all ready, good to go. I was like, great, man. You know, good money. You know, not a hard job. I was happy to have it. Friday comes in. This CEO guy comes in. He comes on, the guy that travels throughout the week. You know, he's been at our shop. Calls me and tells me, we're slow. I'm going to have to send you home. I'm like, oh, well, I'm slow, you know, okay, Friday, you know, I'm happy, you know, hey, what the hell, take 2 days off, you know, come in Saturday, pull me into the office in 2 hours, and they tell me, you didn't get your email? I was like, no, I didn't get no email. Like, oh, you were supposed to get an email, you know, we have decided not to, you know, hire you on, and your assignment has ended. I'm like, my assignment has ended? Why did I lose my job? We can't tell you that. We don't know. We just know that your assignment has ended. You'll have to contact, you know, the supervisor, you know, the one that did the hiring. So I went back and forth with her a whole freaking week. You know, she wouldn't call me, or she would call me early in the morning, leave a message, and then I would try and call her back, and she would never answer. So finally I got fed up, and I called, and I said a few things. You know, it was later in the week. You know, she finally called me back. She said, the company felt that I was not working out. How do you not work out when a car pulls up, you tell it to put it to neutral, you look at the car, you press the button, the conveyor belt goes, and it takes the car and washes it? How is that not, you know, failing? I have no idea. You know, no clue at all. Alright, so far, now, that's pretty good so far. You know, it's only a fucking, you know, maybe, you know, maybe March. I'm only in March now, you know. I've only lost a couple jobs now. Now I've lost a couple jobs, but you know, it's not bad. I keep hope alive. I started writing a journal, you know, started writing things down, trying to help with the anxiety and stuff, you know. But then I got another job. Another job. Now this was a cleaning company. They clean office buildings. I was like, well, I can do that. It wasn't full-time, part-time. I'll be lucky if I get 25, 30 hours in. But hey, I was happy with it. I would have been happy with it. Alright, so he calls me in. I have an interview with the guy. Nice guy. Hey, give him all my paperwork. He says, man, we're going to do a background check. When it comes back, you're all good. So I wait around. I call him Thursday. I said, hey, man, did you get the background check in? He's like, oh, yeah, we got it. You're all good. He's like, I'm going to call you Monday with your schedule. And, you're going to be working right next where you're living at. You're not going to travel very far. He's got all these jobs signed up for me. I was like, all right, that's great. Great, now I'm going to be working now. Now things are working out in my plan. So Monday comes. He never calls. I'm like, well, maybe he forgot. I'll wait another day. I won't bother the man. And then Tuesday comes. He calls. He starts yelling at me. Telling me that I told him that I had family issues and that I wouldn't be able to work for about a week. And I call him back and I say, Don, you got the wrong guy. I don't know who you're talking to, but last time I heard from you, you said you would call me Monday with my schedule. And then he's like, oh, I'm really apologizing. Let me get, I'm thinking somebody else. Let me get your paperwork. Just give me a minute. So it kept me on hold for about like 15 minutes. I was getting ready to hang up, but I said, you know what, I'll wait. I need a job, I've been working a long time. I've been working since I was 15 years old. Now that I'm 57, I feel like I've been put to the curb a little bit. Things are getting a little harder and harder. But you know what? I decided to wait on. I waited on. And he calls me back and he says, all right, this is what we're going to do. There's a lady that's quitting and we need someone to fill in tonight. Can you do it? I said, hey, no problem. I'm there. You just give me the address and everything, and I'm there. So he sends me the address, tells me when I gotta be there. I gotta be there at 5:30 in the afternoon. I'm like, alright, 5:30. I work till about 10:30, 11 o'clock, maybe 5-6 hours. Cool, it's extra, a little bit of money in my pocket, So 3:30 comes, he calls me again. He says, oh, there's been a mistake. The lady that said she wasn't going to quit is actually not quitting. So, we want to know if you want to start Friday. I said, well, Friday? Okay, I'll start Friday. Friday, you want me to clean these office buildings? I'll do it. I'll be there. Friday. Same time, same place. Yep, you're all set. I said, do I need a time card or anything like that? He's like, I got all of it. I got it all set. Okay, so, I'm like, okay, Friday comes. He calls me up, an hour or two before I have to go to work. He's like, oh, there's been another mistake. I can't have you start until Tuesday. Just be patient with me. You can start Tuesday. So now I'm waiting again until Tuesday. All this time, I could have been looking for other jobs, and I have been applying for other jobs. I've been applying on Indeed. I barely get anybody call. I applied for a job on Indeed at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. By 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I got the rejection letter. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not a genius. I'm not looking for office jobs. I'm a laborer. I'm a backbreaker. That's what I've done, driving forklifts. I got a CDL. I'm driving trucks. Buses. But no one's hiring. Or something's going on with the job market. They say it's increasing, but I don't see it. Or maybe it's my age. Maybe being 57 years old, and not willing to take a lot of crap. Maybe that's really hurting my job skill. But I have damn good job skills. I have a long history of record. Like I said, I was at my last job 6 years. And the one before that, I was at another 8 years. So, I've been working most of my life. I started working when I was 15. But now when you turn old 57, these young fucking punks, these young Gen Z guys, think they got it made. Think they don't know what real work is. You know? And frankly, I feel like a lot of these guys were the ones that were beat up in high school, and now that are just taking it out on everybody else. So that's my rant for today. Hopefully this job will come through. Hopefully I'll find a better job. You know, maybe I get back to truck driving. I'm not really sure. But at 57, you know, I'm getting a little pissed off. And that's my rant. Like it or leave it. This is my channel, Counting on a Big Sleep. I do try to put satire stuff on it, you know, maybe some serious stuff. But, hey, tune in. Tune in. You might find something that's very interesting. Alright, everybody. Thanks for watching.